Hey guys, so today we'll be doing a story time on when I got suspended, and it's 2 stories, so I'll put them together. So let's get started. The first time that I got suspended was in 5th grade. So whenever I first got suspended, we were doing state tests, you know, the test that you do in the computer lab, and it's like what you learned all year and stuff like that, and like you'd also do it in the middle of the year. We did that. It was before winter break. We were doing math, I think, and I brought a pocket knife or an X-Acto knife. I'm not a terrorist or anything. I just used to go through stuff, and I knew that wasn't the right thing to do, but like to me that was the right thing at the time. So I brought it to school because I wanted to do that thing in school, even though it was pretty stupid. People knew I did that. Not many, like about 2 or 3 people. And only one person knew that I brought that knife to school. And they told my half-brother, and my half-brother told our math teacher, and she told me to step outside. And I kind of knew what was going on, but I kind of didn't, so like my heart was racing, but it wasn't at the same time. And the assistant principal was there, and he came out, and I was like, why is he out here if it's only me and the teacher? Because she's the one that called me out, not him. So she said, Evelyn, people told me that you have a knife right now. I said, no, I don't have a knife on me. Even though they knew I was lying. Because, yo, I was red. I was like, red. Like, I was as red as that button that's recording red. So, they told me to take it out. They took it out. They took it up. And the assistant principal was talking to me about why I brung it and stuff like that, and I didn't want to tell them because I only wanted to tell my math teacher, because I had it in my mouth. Like, I was thinking about telling her, but at the same time I didn't want to because he was there, and I didn't want to, like, I only wanted my math teacher to know that I was going through stuff, not anybody else, because I actually did like her, even though she was pretty mean at times and stuff like that. So I never ended up telling them. I was just crying the whole time. My head looks like it's floating. I was just crying that whole time. I didn't even answer them. Like, they asked me if it was like, if I knew it was dangerous and if I knew what I was doing. And I was like, yeah. So he took it up for me. I don't remember if it was the next day or the same day that I got a referral, and it said something about me bringing a minor weapon, and the only consequences are a paddle and a suspension. And if you guys don't know what a paddle is, it's like a wooden board. It's like this, and it has a handle, and then it goes like that. So like they can spank you. Like you have to bend over and touch your toes, and they go like pop, pop, pop 3 times. But if you like did something really bad, they do it more than 3 times. So I told my mom a whole lie. I went home and I said, I don't know, I just took it for my safety. You know, I just found it in my backpack. And I was like, oh, that's cool. Let me just put it in my pocket and show people. So, my stepdad was there. She's dating this guy, but I call him my stepdad. And, he was talking about how I shouldn't tell people that I have stuff like that, because he said whenever he was in school that he had a friend that brought a gun to school, and that he was telling people, and he said, hey guys, look. Then he said, but I won't shoot it. They said, okay, because he thought there wasn't any ammo, and he shot it, and he shot a locker, and now there's a hole in the locker. But I think they replaced that, because like the school I go to is pretty old, but it's not that old, and they like do new stuff almost every year. So yeah, I chose to get suspended, and my mom chose for me to get suspended. So I ended up getting suspended that time. It was for like 2 or 3 days. I don't remember what I did. I just think that I went to my mom's job because she works almost every day. Because right now she's gone to work, and I'm really bored and I have nothing to do. So I'm making this video, and I was thinking about doing this at school too. So that was the first time I got suspended. Second time I got suspended, I was playing with this girl beside me, and I threw a piece of paper, and we weren't supposed to talk or anything, so I got in trouble for that. But this was from my language and reading and social studies teacher. So I got in trouble for throwing a piece of paper, and she wrote me a referral saying Evelyn threw a piece of eraser, it could hit somebody's eye. And I was like, first of all, it wasn't an eraser, it was a paper. But I said that in my head because, see, I wasn't that bold last year. So, yeah, she wrote me up for that. I went to the office. They didn't really do anything about it. Like, they did something because I obviously got in trouble. So, I don't remember what they did. But I know I got it back almost at the end of the day. And I got suspended again. Because, see, I didn't want to get a paddle. Nobody wants to get that on your rear end. So, I got suspended. I also got another referral. I didn't really get suspended. I got paddled. You know I got paddled. Anyway, so, what happened was we had a volleyball game. And, we have, like, concessions and stuff like that during volleyball games. So, my math teacher, she was the person selling the concessions. And the day after, she had the concessions in her room. And the concessions were near her computer. Like, she has like her room is set up like this. There's a door right here. Whenever you walk in, you see desk, like, coming this way. And then you see, her table that way. So, like, you come in like this, and, like, desks are that way, and her table's right there. So she has another desk. That's her actual working desk. And she was sitting at her other desk. So the other desk that she works on, that's where the candies and stuff were. And we always got up to sharpen our pencil. So I got up and sharpened my pencil. And I was like, you know what? Let me take some candy because everybody likes candy. So I took 1 pack of Skittles. And I was like, well, I didn't get caught. So I went back and I got a pack of Starburst. And then everybody was asking me for some. So I got them some. Next thing you know, I have 3 packs of Skittles, 5 packs of Starburst, and something else. I can't remember what it was. And people know I was doing this, but they didn't really care. But my stepbrother, apparently me and him had beef. So he decided to tell on me. And the teacher asked me if it was true. And I was like, no. And they knew I put it in my desk. So he freaking put his arm in my desk and scooped it out. So everything fell out. And I was so embarrassed. I was as red as I was, like, earlier. Like I told you, the freaking button, the recording button. So, she wrote me up. It said Evelyn took 5 packs of Skittles and 3 packs of Starburst. I think that's what it was. Yeah. So I went to the office. They put the same thing, suspension or paddle. I went back home. I said, Mom, I got another referral. And then she said, what did you do this time? And I said, I stole candy.
So I have to bleep this out because y'all would freak out because I'm just some 10-year-old you'd think. So bleep.
I gotta take that out. I cannot cuss. Because y'all gonna be freaking out that I'm an 11, 10, 12-year-old. So my stepdad was also here at the time. So he was also here at the time. So he said, you're too smart to get suspended. So smart to get suspended. So I ended up getting paddled. And people have their own personal stories of getting paddled. So they would always go with protection, you know, some layers of pants / jeans and some layers of shorts, but that was what the boys wore. We never heard of a girl getting paddled because the boys are the most bad ones at my school. So my mom wanted me to get paddled, right? So I turned it in the day after, and I wore three pairs of leggings and 2 pairs of pants. So nothing happens. I'm like, well, I guess I'm not getting paddled. And I kind of do the same thing the next day, but not really. So I was like, where's my paddling at? the day after that is when I get paddled, and it was so unexpected. I did not wear anything. Next thing you know is just, Evelyn, Miss Elon wants to see you in the hallway. And I'm like, yes, ma'am. She says, Mr. Ray wants to see you in the office. And I'm like, am I getting paddled today? So I walk up there. My heart is beating. I walk so slow. I walk in there. The teacher, well, not the teacher, the assistant that does the phone calls and stuff whenever they call her and stuff like that. She said, sit down right there, sweetie. And I was like, okay. And there's this one teacher that everybody says that she's the worst at paddling. Well, not the worst. She's the best. Like, she does it so good you won't want to get paddled again. Like, that's what I mean. So, like, when I saw her walk in, I was like, am I getting paddled for real? So she walks in, they talk. I don't know if they talked about, but the next thing you know, like, I see her head peep out. She says, I'm like, yes, ma'am, I'll do whatever you tell me to do. So I go in. They talk about what I did and if I knew if it was bad and stuff like that. And I was like, yeah. Next thing you know, she says, bend over and touch your toes. And I was like, is he not supposed to watch? Because, see, whenever you get paddled, if you're a girl, only females are supposed to be in there. No males, no nothing. Anyway, so I bend over, touch my toes. I get paddled 3 times. She said I got lucky because she missed one and that was the first one, and she really did. But it didn't really hurt, honestly. So I walk back. It really freaking hurts. Like, it feels like a sunburn on your butt. And then you get, like, spanked there. But, like, with wood. So I go back. It didn't hurt, right? But I only cried because he was watching. Like, I know I was being over dramatic, but to me it felt like sexual harassment. Even though it really wasn't. I was just embarrassed that he watched me. Like, and she thought I was crying because of her. Like, no. I was only crying because he was watching. Because she walked in and she said she got her paddle. And everybody was like, it's okay, Evelyn, it's okay. And I'm like, I know, it's just that he was watching. Because I walked in, go like this, immediately crying. Even though it wasn't that bad. And yeah, she basically thought that I was crying for her and I really wasn't. But yeah, that's it. I'm not that bad though. Like, that's only because, like, it was middle school and stuff like that, and I'm starting to turn ghetto. Because, see, where I live, there's a lot of colored people. And I have a lot of colored friends. And, you know, once you start hanging out with the people you hang out with, you kind of slowly turn into that. So, I kind of have attitudes and stuff like that all the time. So, yeah. But I'm chilled now. Like, I'm not that bad anymore. I mean, I can be, but that's only, like, whenever it's kind of necessary. So, yeah. The stories of the time I got suspended. I hope you liked that.